to be a short instructional video on how to replace the actuator, which controls the locking mechanism inside of the back of a Ford Escape. This is a 2004 Ford Escape. Okay, so as you can see, there are 4 screws, Phillips head. Once you get the gate open, pulling those is going to be step 1. At this point, now that the screws are removed, I took out all 4 screws and set them aside. It's just going to be a matter of popping this off here, which should just be held on by clips. Start up here at this corner, try to work our way around. Okay? There's a pop there, there's a pop there. We'll do the other side as well. Pop there, pop here. There you go, there's 4 pops. One. And we're going to kind of pull this off the rest of the way. I'm going to see if actually opening the window helps. Open my window, and that's definitely the trick. Open the window, probably do that first, and you're right in there. This piece right here is what we're going to be replacing. This is the actuator which controls the lock up and down, and it is not working very good. I'm just going to zip tie one in probably, we'll see. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is this little clip right here. Of course you need to unplug that. I put a little razor blade knife under there to pop it up and pull it out. You could use a screwdriver, whatever, just be gentle, you don't want to break the clip. And pop it out of there. Okay, now that we're unplugged, the next step is going to be to remove the old actuator. Now, it's actually screwed or riveted from the other side, and the only way we're going to be able to get to that would be to actually unbolt everything here and pull this whole locking mechanism off there. I really don't care to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drill, and I'm going to drill through here, and it should come right off of there. I'm just going to drill that out of there. Okay, so I've got a drill bit on my drill. It's actually a 9/64 drill bit. Fits pretty good in here. I'm going to try and hold this camera while I drill this out. Oh, lost a drill bit there. Gonna have to try that again. Okay, so we've got a corded drill here. Maybe your drill will work better if you had a full charge on it. I don't think I did, so give it another shot. So I don't have this drilled out quite yet, but I'm going to have to get this piece off the actuator to come off of the locking mechanism. I'm actually just going to try and cut through it with some sharp pinchers that are on my pliers and see if it'll come off of there. There, it snapped right off there. So get that off there, that's garbage. I've kind of started to drill these out. I'm going to try coming at it with a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. See if it'll pop off it. Actually able to, with the screwdriver, pry it back far enough. It was up here like this. I stuck the screwdriver in here and kind of wedged it in there. Kind of bent this metal back a little bit so I had enough room right there to get my Sawzall blade in there. And I just slipped it through and cut that bolt right off. I did unplug a couple cords. You know, however you want to get it off of there, it needs to come off. Okay, so what I did was I actually took the old actuator, I busted it open, basically laid it on the ground and just hit it with a hammer until it popped open. And I pulled out the motor and this clip. The reason I did that is so that I can use the original clip. Because what I did is I actually purchased an aftermarket universal actuator, and it has these little prongs on it, and when you pull this out of the original actuator you can still use it, so that there's no funny wiring, there's no need to strip wires. You just plug those babies in right there, crimp it down, I'll probably tape it up and stuff, and you can use your original plug on a universal one, which I bought this for like $6 on eBay as opposed to 35 or something for an actual part. You of course buy the original part and put it up in there. But one thing you want to do is you want to make sure with your locker, I'm going to plug this in here, when you unlock it, you need to make sure that unlock pushes up and lock pulls down. So let's test that out. Lock pulled down, unlock pushes up. If I reverse these, it's going to do the opposite. You don't want to do that. So just test it out to know where it needs to go. But you just know that when you hook this up, unlock needs to push up and lock needs to push down, which of course you can confirm here by testing this out up. You'll pull on that and you'll know that the handle's grabbing and it's opening the door. If you pull it down, it's locked and you can't open the door. So test that out. So again, I'm dealing with a universal unit. So what I've done is I've simply zip tied it and wired it up in there just securely. Right now it's in the locked position. You know, when you're doing this, you know, you want to find a good solid position with it down, in the down position, so that it doesn't move in that spot. Whether you use bolts or use zip ties, you use wires, or you buy a factory piece and put it up in there with using the bolt holes is up to you. But bottom line is, if you're doing it this way, using something universal like this, you want to make sure it's in a good tight position with this down, so that when you go to unlock it, it doesn't move. pocket, you know. And you can see that it's working there. I've got these hooked up just like this. And in fact, if you're going to do it this way, you can see I've got the blue with this piece hanging down just like that on this one, and the green on this one, and that's the way you want it. That's locked, and that's unlocked, and that's it. Okay, so there you have it. It's up in there. You know, I use a lot of zip ties, but it's very secure, and you should be good to go.